Good morning, comic book fans. Welcome back to Comics in 5 Minutes. Fuck ice. I'm your ever-loving host, Shorty. You know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to talk about a comic book for 5 minutes. Quickly, because it's Vampyrates, and it is an idea, which I hate to say it, didn't appeal to me off the bat. I don't know, I was online at a period when everything was Viking, zombie, pirate, whatevers. And it always kind of felt like by the time anyone was like, wouldn't it be cool mixing together, the internet discussion already moves to, isn't it lame how people are trying to mix these things together? Like, just enjoy things for what they are. And it was already seen as like really just stupid and gauche by the time people were already talking about it. So vampires and pirates were like, oh, cool. It's one of those kind of things. But I stuck with it. I read the actual little teaser thing in Hello Darkness, and I was like, actually, I kind of like this. It feels more along the line of it is a pirate story. There is vampires, and that's part of the narrative, it's part of the lore of the world. But I'm like, okay, like let's go for pirates first. But then there was already building up a little bit more of a chance for disappointment. Simply because when it comes to pirate stories, it's a whole bunch of stuff you can do. Obviously, you've got the vampire stuff in there, you can lean into the horror, which is fine. That is not an unusual thing. Watchmen did a brilliant vampire, just a pirate horror thing in their story. There was been, like, Curse of the Black Pearl, the whole Pirates of the Caribbean thing with the supernatural stuff, but you can also go kind of low-key and a bit more action-adventure. There's the fantastic Gina Davis movie when I was a kid, plus stuff like Black Sails, and if you want to go, you can go a little bit humour, go a little bit queer with Our Flag Means Death. And on top of all those stories you can tell in terms of what's already been done, there's things you can do within there. There are political stories you can tell. The idea that people who've maybe done a bit of very basic research about pirates think it's all like some anarchist collective kind of thing, where the truth of the matter is, it is far more like the factionalism, and people of colour and people of different gender expressions would not be as welcome as other people would. It still is that case. There's also tying into world politics, orders, or being pirates having a letter of marque to very similar kind of things, but judged differently by law depending on where you are. And this plays into global politics. All these things, greatly can discuss within the idea of being pirates, vampires. I was like, okay, that's going to add its own extra thing, because vampires, I mean, hell, go and find my old review I did on the Savage Shores for how vampires can be seen as empire and inherited wealth and power. So much stuff that when I did get around to picking up issue 1, I was like, well, there's no way they're going to be able to do everything I want to do in this. And I have to admit, they don't do everything, but it's only in issue 1, and I was kind of stupid to be that worried about all the things I wanted instead of just enjoying it for what it was. And I did actually enjoy it for what it was, starting with how it looks. Brilliant artwork, so much time, attention to detail spent on world building through art. Don't get me wrong, story adds a whole bunch as well, but each individual character is fantastic. The way they sit and hang out in the world, brilliant. You get an awful lot of non-verbal communication. The individual designs of the costumes and the designs of the ships and the interiors, so much to love about the way the book is presented. It absolutely, the art is its own thing, but leans so heavily into the story. And the story is great as well. We do have multiple arcs in the first bit, including politics, including even religion to a certain degree, both in terms of letter of marques and what it means to be somebody in charge of a nation who has access to a pirate fleet. All these things, brilliant. But if I am going to give, and this is only one criticism I feel like I'm going to actually lay its feet, anything else is just me, I don't know, actually doing quite a bit of reading on pirates and watching a lot of pirate media. This one does feel like it's fair to everyone. Some of the combat sequences aren't as good as they could be. There's a lot of action going on, and sometimes it's quite tightly focused, involving multiple different protagonists and antagonists, and it sometimes feels like it gets a little bit too busy. Maybe tone it down a little bit until you've got a slightly better flow to it, because it also didn't draw your eye around the page in the way that a really good fight scene in a comic book can do. But the actual fights did do some things. Like, they actually leaned into the story that was going on. They gave characterization quite a little bit, and they even added extra stuff that I wasn't seeing there before. There's little bits of superstition, there's extra machinations of characters that only really come out as a result of the fights, and extra bits of characterization that comes out as well. So, like I said, it is only a small criticism, but tidy up the fight scenes, and this could be an absolutely amazing comic book. As is, it's already pretty damn good. That's it for me for now, though. Until I see you all again, look after each other, everyone. Stay safe. Bye.